Hey there guys, it's Kage Tact coming at you for our finale of the Guild War analysis play-by-play, whatever you'd like to call it. So, to get started, there is going to be a survey coming out here in the near future by Snowprint, and I want everybody to make a mention of the enlistment thing if you can. That's my biggest pet peeve of this whole ordeal is the enlistment, having to constantly hope that people are going to enlist again to do the wars a second time. It was just it was a nightmare. I mean, I had to kick people who I probably wouldn't have kicked just to fill a slot. So, yeah. Now, the other thing here is as of doing this video, 17 days until the next war. I mean, I already had one guy quit over this. He's kind of burned out. It's like I don't know. I don't know. It's just I don't know what the right answer or right spacing is for this mode. You know, maybe as we do this on a month-to-month basis, it won't be as I don't overbearing since this was kind of like the first go of it. Things are going to be different in the next month coming, but yeah, this is definitely it's if you're casual, good luck. that's essentially it. Hey, which nothing wrong with being casual, but a lot of guilds are reevaluating how they do inactivity. 5, 7 day kicks. Those are gone. Now it's like you don't show up for 2 days during war. I gotta find somebody else. So yeah. So let's get into how we did on the final war and where we placed, which I had said several times that the finale would be a boss battle, and no surprise here. We got beaten. We lost by about 50k points, and yeah, we got taken down. They had a good amount of people that were above my lower end. I have a couple level 20s. I think they had mostly level 30s as their low end, and they had one more person than we did. We had 29 because we could only have 29. They had 30. So there's a couple of things there that are outside of our control, the guild limit, and yeah, so we got our asses kicked. Not by much, mind you, but we lost. So next season we'll have the ability to have a 30th member, and that's going to change things up a bit. And also, I'm not looking to recruit anybody below 35 anymore. Just it doesn't suit the guild. We did start off early on looking for lower levels, but that's if you're somebody who's low level and you want to play with us, we have a sub guild. We can do that. Cool. But for the main guild, yeah, no. And we also literally were 18 outside of the next box, which I don't know if because I knew there was some like weird wonkiness with some scores being like overcalculated, so I don't know if that hurt us in terms of our box and reward. It could have, but shit happens. Okay, and then of course you can also see up here I got about 10k tokens overall for doing Battlefield 1, winning 5 out of the 6 matches. Uh, I don't know how I feel about that because that's essentially a little under. Well, it says okay, it tells me my exact amount. So 10. So that would be just shy of three of these payouts. I need another like 1,500 tokens to do 3. So if I wanted to get some shards for either rot or raw, I needed a little bit more. So essentially, all that preparation, all that work, it equated to 40 shards of a character. uh, I mean, yeah, there was the other day-to-day rewards. We got books, some gold badges and stuff. But when you just put it in perspective like that, it's like, man, I didn't really get too much here in that regard. What? How many more tokens would we have gotten if we had gotten the next box up? Let me see. So we ended up in this bracket. So that was 4,500, which I'm not even sure if we got the full 4,500. I know there was some issues. Okay, so I would have gotten an extra 850 tokens, which still wouldn't have been enough to get me 60 character shards. So yeah, I don't know. I think rewards for the amount of effort, time, and I mean, I kicked a considerable amount of people. We put a lot of work into winning these matches. I mean, some guy on Reddit was like, "Well, you should go to a higher battlefield level because you have 29 people," and I'm like, "MF, that's not how this works. That's not how this works at all." It's like, no. If anything, that type of methodology needs to be corrected because the amount of people you have has little to no bearing on your battlefield. If anything, you need to look at the amount of people you have. You need to see what levels they are, and you need to adjust accordingly. Because, I mean, right now, if you were to be like, whoa, I've got 30 people, and 15 of them are level 25, let's go to Battlefield 3. That's not a good idea. I mean, the matchmaking had gotten better, but I think ultimately the smartest play, if you do this system, is you look at what your guild's capable of and you stay in one bracket the entire ride out. Because I think when people were moving around, switching brackets and other things, it it made a mess of things with the matching. You had some really imbalanced fights with people, and you didn't have a good time. We we had 6 fights. Obviously, the first two were pretty one sided on our end. We wiped out our opponents. Hell, we even wiped out our opponent on the fifth fight. Oddly enough, which they were considerably stronger and more organized than the previous 4 fights. Number 6 had organization and some power behind him, so and they got lucky with going down the right lane for our bed. They picked right and we picked wrong, which that's another thing that can hurt you because there is some element of luck. You've got 3 rows. You're essentially the game is find the med station. That's the game. That's the what is something if you had to ask me what is something that can attribute or hinder your success, and that is getting to that med station and finding it in a timely manner. Because if you take forever to get there, if you do other things, you got to remember you're fighting against that buff that's universal until that station goes down. And we're going to be seeing more of that in the next season. Where I'm going to say it now, Yorick's stock is going up. If you have Yorick, get him to at least Bronze 1 if you're doing Battlefield 1. Get him a bit higher if you're doing another Battlefield. He is going to be useful. He is going to be very useful with the buff coming where you have, additional guardsmen for your fields. They're obviously, I'm not sure where they're going to be placed on the map. I'm assuming they're probably going to die pretty quickly or first because they're cannon fodder, and that's going to help, build up his summon and throw more out. So his stock is going up. But ultimately, I did like the mode. I did like, again, going into this, I didn't think we'd win anything. So winning 5 out of 6, it is. It was very good. It was beyond expectations. My guys did a great job, and yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be looking to recruit more. We did have a guy burn out from this mode. Sadly, it was gonna happen. So as of right now, as of recording this, we do have one spot open. Again, I am looking for 35 plus. You know, I don't know if I want people over level 50, to be honest. It's a weird situation to be in, but it's like with how the matchmaking is and things are, being like a level 50 or 60 in a guild with a bunch of level 30s or 40s, you you can't carry a team to victory. You can't. Your power is going to be heavily weighed in the matchmaking as things go, and even now I'm level 44. That's I'm starting to get up there higher, so I'm trying to keep the team as close to level as possible while we go. We do still have a couple of lower levels below the 35 limit, but it's like I don't know what the right play here is anymore in terms of matchmaking. But I can tell you that we have definitely punished guilds that had level 50s in them, like a couple, like 3 or 4 that I guess they did well in the guild war ranking. And that's another thing to be said for the ranking. Our opponent was actually, I think, a little bit higher than us in this ranking. I think they were like 470 or 480, so they were a little bit ahead of us. So we had similar firepower to them in terms of everything, which was interesting. So it was a pretty good matchup. It was again, it was our boss fight to win or lose, and well, we lost spectacularly towards the end, which hopefully getting that final spot for next month, or for next season, that'll help us out. That'll get us situated. So I think that's about it with Guild War right now until we get to next season. I mean, just to recap, I'd like to see better rewards overall. I mean, it makes little to no sense that you would win 5 out of 6 battles, do well, and you could only get 40 character shards. Granted, they're level 1 battles, but these are no slouch. This is nothing to sneeze at here. But anyway, with that being said, before we call it for night, we are within 100 for our goal to get us a code in game, get my channel 1K subs. So if you do have a chance, please do subscribe. We definitely could use some more codes, some more stuff in game for everybody to get, because it has been very, very dry lately with codes in game. I mean, the last one was kind of like just a ratted joke, and that one expired pretty quickly. So, as we get closer, my idea for what I'd like to give you guys is at least a requisition scroll and maybe some gems and some gold. I'd like books too. I'm not sure what I can ask for, what I can get away with. I'm going to try and get away with as much as possible for you guys, because that also is going to give me something. So it's like, hey, what can I get? But anyway, with that being said, guys, we'll see you on the next one. We'll go back to our usual videos. I did like doing this little mini series, doing this play-by-play, and maybe we'll do another set when next season comes, and my thoughts and how the guild's progressing for the next season, and what my thoughts are on like the new building configurations and things of that nature. So if you guys have anything to add, if you noticed anything as well on your end for your guilds, or how things went, or how management went for you, let me know in the comments below. Did you have to kick a lot of people? Were you able to just kind of ride it through? I'm curious, because it's like a management simulator. Jesus.